Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Nerd Out Gaming. Today I'm going to be doing some more Sorcerer footage, and I'm going to go over some basic tips and strategies for leveling, how to level quicker, and how to avoid getting ganked on the way. Found a couple little things out through my trials and tribulations of playing these first few days, and just wanted to share those things with you guys. So I hope you enjoy the video. Here's a couple of the emotes from the game before we start. Okay guys, so here I'm just questing. Just wanted to show some of the different mobs you come across a little later in the game. Right now I'm, I think, about level 12 or so, and I made it out of the starting zone and to the first major city, which was really spectacular, and I'll get some footage of that probably at some point later. But anyways, I'm in the first starting zone after the first main city, doing some quests right now, and I got a bunch of new abilities that are pretty interesting. One is a slow ability, which it's like an ice lance. You see it right there. I cast it, and it slows the enemy down. And sometimes if they're charging at you, it won't like stop them in their tracks, but it will slow them a little bit, usually, depending on the enemy, of course. Another interesting ability I got is it's a stun on a 1-minute timer, and it's an AoE stun that stuns up to 3 targets. And I think that's number 5 on my ability bar there. And I don't use it very often because it does have a longer timer, but it's good once in a while. And one thing I was going to mention that I like is mounting in this game is instant. There's no cast timer, which is pretty cool. You just can't mount while in combat. So I'm at a campfire right here, and a lot of the items you'll pick up, some of them will give you like a buff, but you have to use them at a campfire. And you can buy an item that will let you make campfires on the go. I like the questing hubs in this game. It's usually you do like 3 or 4 quests, and then the end quest of that area will send you to the next area, which is usually not too far. So it's pretty fluid. Keeps you, moving in the right direction. I'll say for sure. So these guys are a little bit more tough than the regular monsters you've been coming across. I know one person left a comment saying the mobs look kind of easy. The starting ones are pretty easy, but as you increase in level, I have noticed them being more challenging. So that's cool. Like, they usually have more abilities, or the mobs seem to like, you can slow some mobs. But some mobs you're not going to be able to slow, really. I don't know, each one's kind of different, so it's not the same every time. So basic strategy I'm using here is, when the monster gets too close, I slow it, or I jump back. And I just kind of rotate, just keep using those abilities. The one thing you want to be careful of, though, is that you don't back into other groups, because they will pull. One thing I like is, if you notice, some of the mobs have an exclamation mark above their head. That's not a quest, that just means you need to kill them for the quest. If it's a yellow exclamation, it's for the quest. If it's just white or gray, that means it's aggroing you. And you actually, in this game, it's kind of cool when you come near a mob, instead of it just aggroing when you get into that range, it gives you like a warning, and you're usually able to like back up before it actually pulls the mob. It'll just turn and look at you for a second. So that's kind of cool too, you know. Got like a little bit of time before it actually pulls. Alright, so right here, well, in a second, I wasn't really paying attention, and I get attacked by some players that are ganking, and this is going to happen throughout your questing adventures, if you roll on a PvP server anyways. So I get teamed up like 3-on-1 here, and they killed me. I actually think that was the first time I've died in this game, because I never had been to the screen before. So yeah, I never died questing. It was pretty easy, but anyways, when you resurrect in the safe area. You don't have to run to your corpse or anything. You're just, but it puts you back in usually like the main town or village. So it can be kind of annoying, especially if you're just minding your own business and you die, kind of like I did. But I want to help you guys out here and give you guys a big tip that I think will, you know, solve this problem for you. At least it's worked for me. So anyways, what you want to do is up in the top right there's a channels you know, menu, and if you notice, almost everyone that's playing is playing on channel 1. There's like 8 channels. Channel 1's at high population, the rest are low. So just pick one of the low population servers while you're questing. If you're trying to gank players, then obviously you'd want to be on the first one. But if you're trying to just mind your own business and quest, I suggest just going to a different channel. And there still will be players on that server, but most of them will be doing the same thing you are, which is just questing. So you know, keep that in mind. I always think it's funny when I see people in the general chat, you know, crying about getting ganked, because I mean in reality you can just switch channels, like, and you'll be fine. So okay guys, so I'm gonna fast forward through a little bit of this gameplay here. I'm doing pretty much the same thing for a while. I'm trying to kill a bunch of these stalker creatures that are running around, and basically, you know, you just want to slow them and attack from a distance. When they get too close, just kind of duck and dodge out of the way. But yeah, I'll let this play out for a second, just so you guys can get a feel of kind of, you know, how the gameplay works in the questing areas. It makes a real fluid you know, feel to the game, because you know, each pull you have to pay attention. You're not able to just kind of sit there. You have to move around and react, and try not to pull things. It should teach a player how to kite very early on. That's what I'm doing if people are kind of unaware of the terminology. When, you know, when the mob gets pulled, when the enemy's pulled, I'll try to stay like max distance from it so I can't be hit, while also doing damage. And you know, you do that through slowing the enemy. You can stun them sometimes, or different abilities will keep the enemy, you know, further away from you. And that's basically what you should be learning these first few levels, is how to you know, play your class and use the abilities that you have, whether it's a sorcerer or, you know, some other class. So here I'm trying to harvest a like a herb or something here, and it failed a couple times, but I eventually got it. So there I used the stun ability. Puts like a little icon above their head for a second when you use it. There I pull some extra mobs, but you lay down some AoE real quick to take care of them. Yeah, overall I've been really impressed with the questing. It's pretty well done. Right here I'm using some bandages. I just wanted to show you guys you know, how much they heal. And what's cool is it doesn't put a debuff on you when you use one. There's just a cooldown, so you can't like spam them. There's like a 20-second cooldown or something. So you always want to keep those with you. Um, it makes your questing experience just much more tolerable. But anyways, guys, stay tuned for more Tera Online. Thanks for watching. Peace out.